just finished A Day of Fallen Night. Just now. Right now. And let me just tell you, I am unwell. I buddy read this with my friend Linka from our little 3-person book club, as I've mentioned before. And we had an absolute blast reading this. We kept each other updated on the app Storygraph, and we just kept going back and forth, and our little comments were locked until we got to that percentage that the other person was at. She was ahead of me the whole time. She finished it very quickly. I believe we both finished it in about a week, which is, I gotta say, pretty impressive. I mean, at least to me, since it's an almost 900-page book. But, yeah, if I could give this book 6 stars instead of 5, that would be great, because I absolutely loved it. I think it's my favorite book I have read this year, or my favorite book since I read The Priory of the Orange Tree. And this book follows 4 POVs as well. It follows, if I pronounce these names wrong, I'm sorry, but as everybody knows, if you're reading a fantasy, especially epic fantasy, as long as you're making a sound come out of your windpipe, then you're pronouncing the name correctly. It follows Dumai, Siu, Wolf, and Glorian. And I just loved it. And I think I loved it even more than Priory of the Orange Tree, which, yes, is surprising. And I'll tell you why, which is even more surprising. And you will probably never hear me say this about another book. Maybe. I loved it more because of the romance. The romance. How surprising is that? Very is the answer. I fell in love with the world. I fell in love with the writing style. It just made me want to pick up another epic fantasy. Unfortunately, I don't have one on my June TBR. I may change it up a little bit to accommodate my wants, because 2023 is not a time for reading books you don't want to. We ain't doing that no more. We're reading what we want, when we want, if we want. And I feel like this may be the perfect time for me to pick up The Way of Kings by Brando Sando. But, anyways, I highly recommend picking up this book, and it just made me escape. And that's what every reader loves to do as readers, is escape to a new world, universe, time period, and it has, I believe, every trope imaginable in it. Think of one, it's probably in there. I fell in love with it. I did not like one of the characters, but then I warmed up to them at the very end. And it just made me feel all warm and cozy inside. Did I stay up every night till 2 a.m. to finish this book? Yes. Do I regret it? Some days I did a little bit because I was sleep deprived, but it never was boring. There was always something that kept your attention, especially with the 4 POVs. And usually I don't like multi-person point of views, but this kept you interested, engaged. Every chapter was a different person's point of view. It kept switching back and forth, so that way I feel like you'd never be bored. And yeah, that really worked for me in this case. I just really loved it. Favorite book of the year so far. it just made me want to cuddle up and read more about swords and dragons and a little bit of romance. A little bit. I don't think anything could top this one though. We'll see. But yeah, I really loved it. 6 out of 5 stars. I think Linka will agree with me. And if this book has taught me anything, it is that I need to pick up The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, because her writing style with these 2 books that I've read by her so far is immaculate. I need to get on her backlisted books ASAP. But I hope you all enjoyed the little vlog that I made. Hope you will pick the book up, as I highly, highly recommend it. And, well, I'll see you later, my lovely little chapters. No coffee today because it is almost 10 o'clock at night and I've reached my limit for the day. So, still coffee for courage, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.